Hello, everybody. This is Appeal to Reason on YouTube and Rumble. So, Donald Trump had an interview with Meet the Press earlier this week, and it was about an hour and 15 minutes, which is something that Kamala Harris or Joe Biden could never do, even in their wildest dreams. So, it's really nice to see, someone standing up and being president. It seems like Donald Trump right now is more president than Joe Biden is, because Joe Biden continues to just be on vacation, and Donald Trump is out meeting with world leaders and business leaders every day, and it's really refreshing to see. And I think, as soon as he takes office in next month, he's really going to hit the ground running, much more so than he did his first term. So let's go ahead and get into this. A couple of video clips that I cut from the interview. Really just wanted to highlight, I think the most entertaining and best moments of it were a couple of times when he trolled the media. And then also in the middle, there was another portion that I wanted to highlight for you today. So let's go ahead and jump right in.
And in the end, look, our country is a mess. We have the highest crime rate. And during the debate, a man whose ratings have gone way down, David Muir, said to me, no, crime is, because I had to debate three people, not one. Debating one was easy. Debating three was actually pretty easy, too, if you want to know the truth. But David Muir said, the crime rates have gone down. I said, no, they've gone up. And then the following day, they released the crime rates, and they were way up.
Yeah, the FBI statistics are, you're talking about those FBI statistics.
Well, no, but he gave the wrong answer.
Confusing based on what you're looking at.
But a lot of that is migrant crime.
Let me ask you about another aspect of this.
Kristen, a lot of it's migrant crime.
Well, let me ask you about another aspect of this that I think a lot of people are really curious about. I mean, 3% of the people who are here illegally have criminal histories. But in your first administration, you had the zero tolerance policy, where we did see family separations.
Yeah.
You ended it. The purpose of that, though, to some extent, you talked about this at the time, was deterrent.
You also had it with Obama. You do know that.
He didn't have a zero tolerance policy.
And you also know he built the jails for children.
He didn't have a zero tolerance policy.
But in 2014, he built the jails. You know that.
I want to ask you about the zero tolerance policy. I mean, he didn't have a systemic, we're going to separate families. Families were separated when parents were a threat to the kids.
We don't have to separate a family.
This.
Excuse me, Kristen.
Yeah.
We don't have to separate families. Yeah. We'll send the whole family very humanely back to the country where they came.
So I love this troll of David Muir here. He's like, yeah, okay, look, dude, so you tried to debate me live and alongside Kamala and fact check me live. And it turns out like the next day that, yeah, I was right the entire time. And the FBI crime statistics were wrong because they were ignoring the crime statistics of, the biggest crime cities in America, Chicago, New York, and New Orleans. So, yeah, I was right the whole time. And now, look, as your ratings are dropping after I won the presidency because everyone realized they couldn't trust you anymore. So I get the last laugh here. And then another thing is, so I guess ICE's new slogan is going to be, so the family that gets deported together stays together. That could be, if I had a merch store, I think that could be on a t-shirt that I could sell. But let's go ahead and get into this next clip here.
Your expectation, though, that Kash Patel will pursue investigations against your political enemies?
No, I don't think so.
Do you want to see that happen?
If they were crooked, if they did something wrong, if they have broken the law, probably. They went after me, They went after me and I did nothing wrong.
Well, let me ask you this. You said President Biden, quote, that you're going to appoint a real special prosecutor to go after Joe Biden. You said that
Where
during
did I say that?
the campaign.
Where?
You said that on Truth Social, June 12th, 2023. I will appoint a real special prosecutor to go after the most corrupt president in the history of the United States, Joe Biden, and the entire Biden crime family. Are you going to do that? Are you going to go after Joe Biden?
I'm really looking to make our country successful. I'm not looking to go back into the past. I'm looking to make our country successful. Retribution will be through success. If we can make this country successful, that would be that would be such a great achievement. Bring it back. We have a country now that's overridden with crime. that has millions of people that shouldn't be here, that should be in prisons in other countries, that should be in mental institutions. We have drug lords being dropped into our country and told never go back to their country. I'm looking to make our country great. I'm looking to bring prices down because, you know, I won on two things, the border and more than immigration. You know, they like to say immigration. I break it down more to the border, but I won on the border and I won on groceries.
So this is great personal advice as well as political advice, and I love it. So the greatest revenge is massive success. The Biden administration, they thought that they could just win elections based on the woke coalition that they built, and they forgot that a crucial part of being a government official is you actually have to govern, and they really ran the country into the ground. It seems like they were trying to run it into the ground, and they had no regard for the well-being of the average American. And you know what? The average Americans noticed, and they took note, and they voted. And that's why they're not in office anymore. Let's get into this last video where he actually takes on the woman right to her face that is interviewing him.
Biden can give him a pardon if he wants to, and maybe he should. Just remember, unselect committee, a year and a half of sworn testimony, and after getting all of the testimony, they deleted it, and they destroyed almost everything. There's nothing left. It's unprecedented.
And they deny
If you
doing
do that in a civil case, you go to jail.
You know they deny doing that, and officials say that the order never came in for the National Guard.
But
on January 6th, let me ask you this about January 6th. I think
Benny
you're going to want to
Thompson
answer
wrote
this.
in a statement that he has destroyed all evidence.
Let me ask you this about
It's
January
amazing.
6th.
I wish you could be you know, you have such potential. If you could be just non-biased, you hurt yourself so badly. I'm telling you, they deleted and destroyed all the evidence. Everyone knows it. And you slough it off like it doesn't mean anything.
No, I'm just saying they deny it. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, if I did it, you would be standing up in that chair shouting at me. And you know what I'd do? I'd say, you got me. They have done something so illegal. They have a committee sworn to, and because it was so bad, the only reason they did it is because the testimony turned out to be in favor of me.
This is great. So he's like, okay, so if you weren't trying to always placate and brush off everything that the Democrat Party has done over the past 4 years, maybe you would have some credibility left. And I'm actually trying to give you do you a favor and offer you some, some honest advice here. Maybe you should try and, play things straight, and then people will start watching you again. It's a tough concept for them to understand over there in the media. And, we saw it through the entire interview. The first video that I showed where he was talking about the Obama administration and how they handled the illegal immigration, and she just brushed it off, and acted like it was nothing. And, she would never treat him that way or any Republican that way. So I think it's great. That's what people love to see. People were so tired of the Republicans before Trump came along. They would just, roll over and let the media walk all over them and be, dishonest. And he didn't take it anymore. And that's why they've hated him so much since he started. And that's why they've gone after him so hard, is because he actually points out and shows, that they are indeed an enemy of the people, like he first said, that I first didn't agree with when he said it. But then I was like, yeah, you know what? He's right. And no matter how much you hate the media, it's probably not enough. I mean, anything short of, obviously, I'm not condoning violence or anything of that nature. But if you got anything out of this video, please like and subscribe and support the channel, and share this video with your friends.